Foreign founders often think that once a company exists on paper, the operating system will catch up. The business license is issued. The company name is official. The registration record exists. So the founder assumes tax, banking, invoices, payroll, and work status can be handled when needed. In reality, those systems connect, but they do not automatically sync. This is not the same question as registration. Registration asks whether the legal entity exists. This episode asks whether the company is usable. A company can have a business license and still be weak for bank review. It can have a name and still be unprepared for invoices. It can have no clean tax rhythm. It can have no payroll record. It can be too thin to support a foreign founder's work status file. The problem is the break between systems. Registration creates the entity. Tax creates the compliance record. Banking creates financial usability. Invoicing creates commercial usability. Payroll creates an employment record. Work status asks whether the company can support foreign employment. When one system is empty, delayed, abnormal, or inconsistent, another system may refuse to move months later. That is the company usability risk. If tax setup is delayed because there is no revenue, the company may still be creating a weak operating record. If bookkeeping is missing, later filings, invoices, or expense records may be harder to explain. If bank review asks for address, activity, responsible person information, capital source, or expected transactions, the company needs a story that can be verified. If invoice capability is not ready, clients may not be able to work with the company in the way the founder expected. If payroll has not been planned, the company may struggle to show a real employment trail when a founder or foreign employee later needs status support. The professional point is that a company needs an administrative story. The name, address, business scope, tax activity, bank activity, payroll, invoices, and employment plan should support each other. If one piece is empty or abnormal, another piece may become blocked. This is different from asking whether every task has been completed once. It asks whether the company can keep answering the same basic questions when different systems look at it. What does this company do? Where does it operate from? Who is responsible for it? What money is expected to move through it? What records show that activity is real? What employment story will it support later? If tax, banking, invoicing, payroll, and work status each receive a different answer, the company may look fragmented, even though it has a valid license. Follow the chain. A founder registers a company and receives the license. Tax setup is delayed because there is no revenue. The company uses a weak registered address. No bookkeeping rhythm is in place. No payroll plan exists. For several months, nothing feels urgent. Then the founder needs the company to work. A client asks for invoices. The bank asks for clearer business activity and responsible person information. The accountant asks for missing expense records. Payroll has not started. Later, the founder wants the company to support their own work status, but there is no clean operating trail. The delay did not come from one large error. It came from assuming that registration, tax, banking, payroll, invoices, and work status would automatically sync. The danger is that each gap can stay quiet until another system needs it. Missing bookkeeping may not feel urgent until invoices are needed. Weak bank readiness may not feel urgent until money has to move. No payroll plan may not feel urgent until employment evidence is needed. By then, the founder is not solving one task. They are repairing a chain. So the framework to save is System Breakpoint Check. 1. What exists on paper? Is it only a license, or does the company have operating substance? 2. What is active in tax? Are filings, bookkeeping, and invoice setup under control? 3. What can the bank verify? Can the company explain address, activity, funds, and responsible person? 4. What payroll record exists? Can employment be shown through contract, salary, tax, and related records? 5. What work status step depends on it? Will a founder or foreign employee need this company file to support personal status? A useful test is to imagine 3 future questions. If a bank officer reviews this company tomorrow, can the address, activity, responsible person, and expected transactions be explained? If a client asks for a proper invoice next month, can the company issue it without rebuilding the tax setup under pressure? If the founder asks the company to support work status later, can the file show real activity, payroll logic, and employment need? If the answer to any of these is unclear, the company may be legally registered but operationally weak. Do not ask only whether the company exists. Ask whether the company is usable. That check should happen before the company is asked to support a client contract, a bank review, an invoice request, payroll setup, or a founder's personal status plan. Once one of those deadlines is already active, repairing the missing record becomes harder than maintaining it earlier. Tax does not wait for revenue. The clock starts earlier, and that is the next topic.